But no, so the reason I was asking that is because I think you've also recognized something in him which only abhi दुनिया को देखने को मिल रही है. उनके जो, like I said, this fun, person in him.
No, that is him. That he's actually I haven't tapped half what he's capable of, to be honest. And I'm not saying this out of magnanimity. He can dance.
Yeah.
He's funny. It was unusual that on the 30th day of shooting, which was halfway through the film, he turned around to Sumanna and said that, Sumanna, what did I do to get this part? Because I didn't audition for a role like this so serious. But, and I was like, now you tell me this after finishing half the film. But no, he's capable of so much more. He's got a whole other side to him, which I think some director will tap into and bring it out to the world that he's prepared for. They've prepped him for this world very well.
I remember this BTS that we saw, where in one of the videos, where you're actually telling them, speak up now throughout the shoot. I think it is the premiere night, है ना? जब I think all the families had come and then very quietly they were saying something awkwardly and you were like, now speak up. You all were talking so much throughout.
Yeah, so
it was a very candid sort of moment.
It's a generation that has a lot to say, I think, and they think they know a lot, but when it comes down to the real moment, they suddenly froze up. I think it was an emotional moment for them, where their families had come to see the film.
So remember I mentioned the hot edit some time back. It is very difficult for you, right? Because you don't look at it. Because you keep laughing even at the time. You're like, now you're behaving all of this.
Yeah, it's like for me, for judging them is like judging your own children. It's I love them too much.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be biased to them. But at the same time, I'm going to be critical of them. I love both of them a lot because of what they have contributed to in my life.
Yeah.
They've taken me and made me touch a part of myself and made me relevant for today, because I went into their world and saw it through their eyes, and it's a great experience.
And even Aneet is so good in the film. Absolutely talented, and I think you've tapped into various emotions that they
just discovered it. I couldn't create this. She was somebody who taught herself acting sitting at home in COVID and sending auditions and getting rejected and improving on every rejection. I've seen an audition of hers on a mobile phone, self audition. Yeah. She, on her own mobile phone, she's done that and sent it. Obviously, then Shanu Sharma should be given a lot of credit for this. I flew her down and auditioned her here. And she was the one girl who auditioned on old scenes but did it her own way. She's a powerhouse of like a supercharger bank of talent, which is just yet to be tapped. And she's someone who's got the confidence, but at the same time has the approach to be critical to herself and learn from that. She doesn't need too much of hand-holding. She's an independent, strong girl who came from Amritsar and has made it on her own.
She's brilliant. And I want to now talk about how did you make them so comfortable with that chemistry, because it's so organic. And that is why it works so beautifully. I want to know if were there workshops? Were the process? Because today you see two friends, right, together. Today you see people saying that I'm 100% sure that they are dating in real life, and that's a win when your chemistry is that good.
So I would say I gave them credit for this, and not for anything else. We did the workshops, we did all that, and
correct.
But somewhere I felt when I was directing them, I realized that I cannot be while there is a script and there is a structure and use it as a skeleton, as a foundation, but don't make it so rigid. I had to unlearn what I had done all my life, and I had done this once last time before when I worked with Aditya and Shraddha 12 years back. I had to be different with Aditya and Shraddha that I was not with Imran. With Imran, we started off together. So we are like I was learning my craft when he was while he was discovering his talent.
Yeah.
But then when I went with, but when I met these two, I realized I had to go into their world. The world had changed. I'm 22, 20 years older. I have mastered my craft. But what was me to do is I had to go into their world and see the world from their eyes. So rather than making this like a wall of concrete, bricks and cement, which was hard, I had to make it like a clay uh, clay statue or a structure where I mold it and curve it according to what their strengths were. So I would say the chemistry came out from them, where I got into it and said, now what? How would you do this? Like the pose behind your head is a body language which is only what they could do with each other.
Yeah.
I can't get into it and tell them bend like this. An arc is theirs. That chemistry is theirs. All I can do is when they were losing it, I could play the role of a father who's teaching them how to ride a cycle and hold it from the back and run along the side so that they feel that they're fine.
Can you give me an example of a scene that you had fun sort of getting into and kind of teaching them and then bouncing back and creating?
I think the scene where she comes and she talks about and she confesses her whole backstory.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to, for him to have the maturity to, without say anything, just act with, not even turn towards the camera. And he says, no, I don't think I should. I said, yeah, you can't face her because you're someone who's hiding your emotion. And for her to narrate the story but not feel pity for her own condition. All I had to tell her is self-pity is a negative emotion. Self-pity is for losers. You're not crying, you're not that person who's crying about her fate. You genuinely come here to help him. To understand that and confess the thing, I think was a brilliant scene.
Wow.
Where she guided it. But I remember telling myself this, that I didn't know about hit or flop or whatever, but I remember telling Sumanna when I left the music room and they did the scene where she takes another name for him and he kisses her forehead before he leaves. I remember walking out of that music room telling Sumanna, I think I'm making a very good film. Because that's when they took charge of their own life. And they were so into the film that they were middling the ball on the bat.